Welcome, everybody. This is the podcast for redesigning democracy. Introducing myself, I'm Bo, and we have Issa on the other side. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey guys.
All right. So, our main focus so far has been redesigning a democracy for people to have like fair voting. We believe that so far there hasn't been fair voting. So we are trying to come up and brainstorm new ideas and what a new democracy could look like for fair voting for everybody.
Yeah, so the past couple classes we have been focusing on redesigning democracy. We didn't always have a clear objective in the beginning. We actually had a discussion about what we think we should do, and we came to the conclusion that our main focus will be the Electoral College, since we recognize there are some inequalities that are currently happening, and just figuring out ways where we can adjust or fix it without completely erasing it.
We've done a couple things so far. This is going to be our problem statement on the screen here. It is how can we redesign the system to ensure equality, fair representation, and accurate voting that reflects citizen demographics to overcome systemic bias and corruption. So that is the problem statement we've had so far, and that's our main thing we're going to be tackling. We've done a couple things where we have weak supporter, strong supporter, weak opponents, and strong opponents. This section right here is just showing who might be opposing these changes and who might be supporting these changes. So as you can see, we have on the strong supporter, younger generations, immigrants and felons, and on the strong opponents, we have like corrupt officials, Republicans, the older generation.
Going into more detail about our problem statement, some of the attributes that got us to get to where the statement is today was based off a lot of the concepts from this chart that Bo just went over. All of the supporters and opponents helped us come to the conclusion that we need to redefine what accurate voting looks like and all the people who are affected by it. Yeah, so after we created our problem statement and figured out the people that were involved, Professor Morgan showed us STEEP, which stands for social, technological, environmental, economic, and political. And we needed to figure out all of the aspects and variables that are relevant to the problem statement to figure out the root cause of what we should be focusing on to meet the needs of how to fix the initial problem of the inequality and lack of fair representation in the electoral college. Yeah, so the first aspect of the chart is going to be the center, and that's the core. The core includes religion, family, and media, culture, beliefs. These are the things that can't necessarily be changed, and it's what drives people to do the things they do.
And then the second circle, we have direct. These are direct causes of uh, the voting inequality. These could be media outlets, voter registration, transportation, media manipulation, and the census.
And then the last part of the chart is going to be indirect. Indirect is some of the effects of the direct. So gerrymandering, rallies, funding, tax breaks, um, other things like that are going to be things that are all kind of related to the stuff that happens in the direct. And it's kind of like a domino effect. But they are things that are more easy to change versus core and direct. All right. So now that we've kind of explained to you guys what we've been doing and the variables that potentially play into the problem, um, now we need to regroup and see what we can do since we know all this information. Obviously, we are college students, and to a certain extent, there's only so much we can do. However, there are resources out there. There's actually a company called Fairvote, and their whole mission is exactly what we're focusing on today. They hope to improve the U.S. electoral system by making it more inclusive and representative. And they want to promote something called a ranked choice voting, which essentially is giving voters the ability to vote for people based on how much they like a person. So instead of only voting for one person, they're voting like their top three and then like how much they like each person, so that everybody gets a more like accurate idea of who they actually vote for and then who they would like settle for next. And along with that, making majority nationwide votes being represented, not just the Electoral College. They want to ensure every vote matters and every voice is heard. So even though we don't necessarily have a solution today, since we care about this topic, we can start focusing on looking at what they do or other organizations similar to them and see what people are actually doing and apply that.
That seems like an awesome company. I'm really glad that there is an organization that is trying to achieve similar to what we are discovering, that there is inequality with the voting system, and that there is an organization that's really trying to strive to improve America as it is.
I agree. I think it's really cool. I didn't think that anyone's looked into this before, but that's what research does.
Exactly. Thank you for joining this podcast with us. We that is it for today. Tune in next time to learn more about how America has a voting system inequality. Thank you.
Thank you.